I'm trying to find this tournament graphic,
Oh, baby,
but
got this special.
I want to let people know that I've been
Oh,
challenged to do
ha
a.
ha ha! Got y'all.
What's that? I've been challenged to actually go out there and do a versus matchup with Ron, and the guy that was doing our camera work,
That
and
was so.
it's probably going to be me against everybody, right? Future versus Drake, and I've been going through Future's catalog. I'm very comfortable in the fact that I could pick 20 records that would beat Drake in a versus matchup, and I know Drake has an incredible catalog too. But I think Future would beat Kendrick and Cole too. What say
Future
you?
got Future got commas on commas on commas.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Take over the streets. Tony Montana.
Oh, they're doing
Tony,
it with Ambrosia for heads. I didn't even know that.
check up on my ends.
I
Tony
gotta find this
Montana.
tournament graphic.
Tony
Yeah, Future got
Montana.
joined. They said
Squares out
Future is
your
not
circle.
beating
Remember
Drake in the
squares out your
verses.
circle,
Okay,
Mike?
what's up?
Squares out your circle. You got people who's around you. They go on with. You got stuff everywhere, Mike. Lil,
Yeah,
you
man.
ain't even know. I'm going through the Rocco stuff in my head right now. Lil, you ain't even know it.
I ain't even got to go there. I ain't even got to go there. They said Future's washing a lot of people. I agree. Listen,
March Madness, Mike. Mask off.
man, I got the whole Rolodex down. I was listening to those records. I'm like, oh yeah, man. What is Drake gonna do when I play this record? Or when I play
Young
this
Cuz
record?
Mark Jr. I call Cuz Mark Jr. He'll help you, Mike. He think Future the goat, Mike. He got like everything all Future.
A lot of people think Future's the GOAT. Shout out to
Future not
Future.
the goat.
Huh?
Future not the goat. Shout out to
I'm
Cuz.
just
What up,
saying,
Mark?
this is the thing though. We always talk about Drake, Kendrick, and Cole in this generation. Are any of them more influential than Future is? And would any of them actually beat Future in a versus?
Right now, I'm just taking J. Cole over all these dudes. The rest of these dudes are looking flaky to me, Mike. I'm gonna take the rapping ass rapper.
I think J. Cole's probably the best MC overall, yes.
I'm
But
taking the
he
rapper.
don't have the records the Future got.
No, nobody got a few records Future got, Mike.
Yeah. So yeah, Future might need to get a little bit more respect put on his name. And I don't know if it's because I was, sipping yesterday, but I was listening to Power of Attorney. And on the second verse, I'm like, yo, man, Future's snapping. Like every word that he was saying was coming through clear. I think
No,
one of
no,
the big things about Future in his rapping, a lot of people don't really understand him because of his drawl and some of the auto tune that's being used, but it's clear that he can rap.
now, Mike, you just got up on here on television of some sort or YouTube Live. You said that you were sipping, but you understood Future clearly.
I did. It was
These are
crazy.
lies, people. I'm
It
sorry.
was
I'd like to
crazy.
apologize to the people, Mike.
I'm
Alcohol,
100% for real. I was like,
alcohol,
yo,
alcohol. You didn't understand
I went and
anything.
rewind. I was like, yo,
Sir.
man, did he say that? Did
Okay.
he say
For
that?
everybody. I guess we need two doubles to understand Future clearly, apparently. Get like Mike D. Knock a couple down.
Well, I mean,
On
and I'm from
Future versus
Atlanta
fucking
too.
Claire.
And I'm
I
from
ain't
Atlanta
understood
too,
shit.
so I can
I ain't
understand.
understood shit Future said since like 2015, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, let me go to this graphic real quick because this is what BET got up. They got the tournament. Actually, I had to go to Ambrosia for heads to actually get the whole tournament. But it looks like the final, what is this, 8? The final 8 is the Death Row family versus TDE. And then they got So So Def. Whoa, So So Def made it this far versus YCMB, Young Money. And then you got Good Music and Hypnotized Minds. Wow, Hypnotized Minds made it this far. And then you got Wu Tang versus Rough Riders. I
Hey,
feel like based on what I'm seeing,
Wu-Tang's beating everybody.
Wu Tang should beat Rough Riders. Good Music should beat Hypnotized Minds. I'm gonna be fair. I know I'm biased on both. Wu Tang will definitely beat Good Music.
Wu-Tang beating everybody.
So Death Row should beat TDE.
Yes, happened. Death Row beating
YCMB
everybody
should
over there.
beat So So Def.
Death Row beating everybody over
Death
there.
Row should beat YCMB, but then you got Death Row versus Wu Tang. It's Wu Tang still.
It's Wu-Tang forever, Mike.
Yeah, nobody can really compete with that.
Mike, we've been doing this show for 3 years. When I be saying Wu-Tang forever, like I don't be joking, Mike.
Because the problem is here, A lot of these people shouldn't even.
That's the problem, Mike. It's Wu-Tang
Of
Clan,
course.
Mike. You can't win.
A lot of these people shouldn't even be considered crews. The Death Row family, it's like, what does that
Mike,
really
I don't think
consist
you understand.
of?
You have to create families and crews to make it a viable competition against Wu-Tang.
Right.
Wu-Tang forever.
So, okay. Death Row beat Hieroglyphics. NWA Posse beat Soul Assassins. And then Death Row family had to go up against NWA Posse. What do you think about that? The Death Row family beating NWA Posse.
Yes, Death Row had Snoop and Tupac next.
Okay. So TDE beats Odd Future. That's kind of questionable, but I get that. Because, see, this is my thing. You can't be a crew if you ain't never made a album together. We still ain't got no TDE album.
There ain't no TDE Posse cut, Mike.
I mean, they got Black Lit Bastard remix, but that's about it. It's a few songs. It's some remixes, but they don't have any like project together or anything. TDE beat Sick With It. They gave TDE an easy route. I'm sorry, man. TDE beats Odd Future.
Don't matter.
Okay, so YCMB beats Grand Hustle. Not mad at that. No Limit beat Rap A Lot. Do you think YCMB should have beaten the No Limit Soldiers?
No.
I don't think so either. That's too many motherfuckers.
No Limit ain't beating no damn Wu-Tang either, though, Mike.
No, they're not. Quality Control lost to So Def. I'm not mad at that. Maybach Music lost to the Dungeon Family. But get this. So Def beat the Dungeon Family. Now, how does that work?
Don't know how that happened.
Okay.
We'd like to see Dungeon Family Wu-Tang.
How many rappers do we got in So Def? So, all right, so y'all pulled out.
They counting Rocco?
So the Brat, JD, and Bow Wow beat Outkast, Goody Mob, Cool Breeze, Witch Doctor, Backbone, possibly Killer Mike, you know, all that.
Chris Cross too. Don't forget Chris Cross.
Oh, Chris Cross. I'm sorry.
They had Rocco too. JD had Rocco.
Yeah. I mean, I love Rocco, but I'll put Cool Breeze on Rocco. We'll be good. We'll be neutralized.
Both of those guys. Those are two of my favorite Atlanta heroes, Mike. Lil Rocco and Lil Breeze.
So then, by our tournament, it would be Dungeon Family versus No Limit.
That's quality over quantity.
It really is. I would say longevity-wise, I'm going Dungeon Family.
But actually, Mike, if you were going by hits and bangers, it would be No Limit, Mike.
It would be. But if we were going by albums, best albums, it would be Dungeon Family.
Master P alone got Bout It, Ice Cream Man,
No, you're right.
No Limit Soldiers, and Make Them Say, Mystical got, Here I Go.
Oh, man, he got hella shit. No. Mystical's a beast in itself.
Danger.
All right, so they had Wu-Tang going against Dreamville. I don't know how they came up with that matchup. Everything else seems to be regional, but somehow...
Dreamville versus TDE, that's reasonable. Put no Dreamville up against Wu-Tang. You know how unfair that is?
Yeah, Wu-Tang won that one, obviously. Native Tongue versus the Juice Crew. The Juice Crew won. And then it was Juice Crew versus Wu-Tang, man. That wasn't
right.
That wasn't right. The Juice Crew...
They're doing like they're putting people with comparable crews.
Exactly, because honestly, the Juice Crew should be in the final 8, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Kane, Biz, Molly Mall, Shan, Cool G Rap, Roxanne, Shantae. No, they should be in the final 8. Putting them up against Wu-Tang in the second round ain't right. That's not right. That's that 90s bias over 80s bias, man.
That is because in Kane and G Rap, the only other crews that have anything for that are Death Row with Tupac and Snoop and Wu-Tang.
Exactly. That wasn't right.
Right, it's not right.
Okay, so and then you had the Bad Boy family versus Rough Riders, and somehow Rough Riders won that.
No, I'm with that.
You're with that?
Yeah, because the Locks left Bad Boy and went to Rough Riders, so they probably count Locks.
No. We got to count them for both. So that cancels out each other. Then you got Biggie and X. Then you got Kim and Eve. Give me Kim. Yeah, no. Because the Locks represent on both of them. And then you got Mace. And honestly, Rough Riders doesn't even have an answer for Mace. You want to put Mace on Drag On?
No, that's fair, Mike. You might have a point.
And then it was Rockefeller and G Unit. They picked G Unit over Rockefeller. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that sounds about right, Mike.
Really? Even if we're just talking about Rockefeller, where it's just Jay, Beans, Memphis, and Emil, and then you got 50, Banks, Buck, and Yayo.
I mean, Mike. I mean, not to be funny, like Beans is better than all those guys in G Unit, including 50 as an MC. But man, 50 and then made some records, Mike.
They did.
Rockefeller just quite frankly didn't make like
They
what
got
we
two
do.
albums. You're right.
Freeway's album is probably the biggest record that came out of Rockefeller that wasn't on a J or Cam album.
Okay.
Like Mike, you take that over there to the other side. Oh no, that's they got.
Okay, and then Good Music beat the Saint Lunatics. Shady Records beat Bone Thugs. I don't know how Bone Thugs is a crew. Maybe Mo Thugs is a crew. So
I
then,
say, are you backwards about who beat who?
yeah, I'm going to the other side just to show how we got to this final 8. And so, Soul Aquarians beat Griselda. Hypnotized Minds beat CMG. And then that ended up with Hypnotized Minds beating Soul Aquarian. Good Music beat Shady. Rough Riders beat G Unit, which I disagree with as well, based on what you just said. And Wu-Tang beat Juice Crew, and that's how we got to the final 8. But my thing with this whole thing is we have to really constitute what a crew is. I think a crew and a label are two different things. I think a crew is a collective, like the Dungeon Family, that's a crew. You got Outkast and Goody Mob, and you got, Cool Breeze, Witch Dr. Backbone. All of these guys are individual acts with their individual situations, and they come together and represent that crew. A label is a whole different situation. You know what I'm saying? It gets dicey.
Please start labels and form crews, but I hear what you're saying.
It gets dicey. Because Cold Chillin' is the label, where the Juice Crew is the crew.
See, but that's what I mean. But then there's Rockefeller, which is, you know what I'm saying?
I think when I think of the Rockefeller crew, like I told you, I think of Jay, Beans, Memphis, and Emil. I think the label is a whole different, movement. But when I think of Rockefeller crew, I think of them four. Maybe because that's the posse cuts we were getting at the time.
See, for me, it's not even Emil. It's just Jay, Bleak, and Beans.
I mean, you can't exclude Emil. I mean, whether you're a fan of her or not, she was in the crew.
Yes, I can, Mike. She was there for a year.
Jay Short with the super chat says, y'all saying Woo easy sounds like East Coast cooking. Death Row got 2 top 10 rappers, 3 top 10 albums, GOAT producer, and worked with the GOAT hook artist.
Okay, let's pause for a second.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, when you say 3 top 10 albums, that's not true. That's the first part. You have 2 top 10 albums. You know who else has 2 top 10 albums? Guess who? Mike. Wu-Tang Clan. That's right, Mike. That's what I mean. Is it's like, no, I know exactly what I'm saying. It's like, no, you have the Chronic and Doggy Style. Can I introduce you to Into the Wu-Tang and the Purple Tape? Like, the East Coast versions of that shit.
Yeah, I'm putting Wu-Tang over Death Row Family.
But hold on, no, Mike, we're not finished. No, Mike, the master hook guy is on Wu-Tang Clan side. I don't know what Jay Short talking about.
Yeah.
You got the right. You talking about greatest hook guy? It's like, you might have the right collective in terms of the final, but Method Man's on the other side. It don't matter who on that side about no hooks.
So you think Method Man got Snoop in the hook game?
Yes, Mike. It's not even conversational. But here's what you do have. You do have Tupac and Snoop, so you have 2 top 10 MCs.
Right.
But here's what I keep trying to tell you, Mike. No, Mike. Mike, they got Ray. They got Ghost. They got Meth. They got Dirt. They got the Jizza. They got Dick. Mike, they got 6 guys that as far as touching the mic, you could legitimately say, no, those 6 guys are all top 50.
You know what we need to do
about those 6 guys. Death Row doesn't have that.
What we need to do, Coop.
After Corrupt, how about this? Corrupt's comp and Wu-Tang is Deck. Deck is 6 on the food chain. Corrupt's 3rd on the food chain over there. That's where this is over at.
Do you want a versus for that?
Mike, I want a versus tonight. It's Wu-Tang forever.
Wu-Tang versus Death Row, huh?
Now I like that more than Dre versus Kanye. Fuck
I
a
do
Dre and
too.
Kanye, Mike.
I do too.
Fuck a Dre and Kanye.
Okay.
You
I'll take
taking
Death
Death
Row.
Row?
Yeah, I'll take Death Row.
I'm about to murder what's the case, your ass, Mike.
Well, you
All
know
right?
what? What we need to do is we're gonna put, and I want to let the audience know, man. We're gonna put a lot of this stuff into real application, man. Me and Coop were like, yo, we need to do an according to hip hop block party. You know what I'm saying? We need to do something to get people out, and have live music and play some of the stuff that we're talking. So we were thinking that we're gonna do the Juneteenth event still, of course, but make it a family friendly event and a block party situation. Have some food, drinks, music, and have some of these conversations and performers, and I'm saying, just a good time in the summer.
Yeah, we're going to be having our Juneteenth event June 17th. Shout out to my man LT,
yes,
who's been taking care of the artist side of things. We're going to have some artists from around the country that are going to be coming. The community focus is always going to be nonviolence and unity. Currently scheduling and working on some food vendors now to make sure everybody's happy, and some amenities for families as well. So
and food vendors and anybody who wants to go out there and be a vendor with their business, we'll have you on the show, talk about your business, and have your vending spot set up where you can sell your stuff, whether it's food, whether it's whatever, you know what I'm saying. And I think that that'd be a great opportunity to connect the fans with the community and with business, and people can come on the show and talk about their business, and we can all have a good time with some music, some drink, and some food at the same time. Bring the kids out on a nice sunny Saturday.
And for all of you who are not going to be able to attend because you follow us in other states, or maybe you don't do what every other black person in America does during the summertime, it seems like, which is come to Atlanta, Mike and I are going to be setting up a thread shortly for you to be able to donate to the event if you want to, and we're going to work out some merchandise to get to those, some according to hip hop merchandise.
Yeah.
For those who actually want to donate and support the cause for the things that we're doing.
What do you think about the possibility of having some merch that is exclusive to the block party, where it's like some according to hip hop block party merch? Kind of like, how they did with the Freaknik shirts back in the day or whatever. Like, I was here.
No. Absolutely. Like when I was at the Garden for the Nas show, the Knicks and Nas put together a whole MSG thing to let you know that you could only would have gotten that had you been there. So exclusive merch is always, the way to go. So yeah, let's get some exclusive merch out to the people who are really supporting and showing love.
For sure, man. And again, we're gonna keep y'all updated, and we want everybody's input on the event too. And got some ideas, or like I said, you got a business that you wanna promote and want to be out there to the masses, holla at us so we can go ahead and get you on at the block party. Got to represent the summertime.
We're gonna have more details coming in the next week. We're about to lock in and secure some things this weekend. We just hope to see everybody out June 17th, 1959 Metropolitan Avenue. We're gonna have a great time. Shout out to my man LT once again for putting together the artist side. It's gonna be a full-scale concert actually, so you're gonna be able to get food, drinks, full concert.
The whole shebang.
You get Mike D and Coop,
Oh yeah, we're gonna be there too, of course. Esquire with the super chat says, any MC rankings today? Probably not today. Probably solidify a lot of that next week. We hope to have the list done by next week. CJ Kidd says, gotta stop acting like Game wasn't in G Unit too.
That's fair.
That's fair.
How about this? That's what I mean about G Unit. Look at it. It's like, okay, where would Bleak be in G Unit?
It's true.
He would be after, I think, 50, Banks, Game, and Buck. Before Yayo. So he would be fifth in their crew.
That's interesting. I didn't think about it.
And they made more hits too, Mike. Like, I'll teach you how to stunt. I want to get to know you with Joe. Remember the joint 50? I know you don't love me.
Oh, that was on Yayo's album.
I know you don't love me.
That song was fire.
Remember that? That's what I'm saying. Disco Inferno.
I feel like
Nigga love it. How we do? What up, gangsta? What up, blood? What up, cuz?
one could say that 50. One could say that 50 may have done too much to actually insert like his style on his artist, but I will say this.
That was great for his artist.
It was
He did
great
it
for his
right.
artist. He did more to help his artist than Jay ever did on wax. You know what I
I've
mean?
been saying that, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
He
Lloyd
carried
Banks is
them to the
dropping.
finish line.
Look,
Yeah.
Lloyd Banks is dropping. First single. Who right there singing the hook?
Mm-hmm.
Mike, Young Buck dropping. Who right there singing the hook? That nigga, what? That nigga went Patti LaBelle for his crew. Yeah, he did. He like, no. I'm not a rapper. I'll sing these hooks for you. Make sure